Hey, what's going on everybody out there? My name is Jakejames Lugo and welcome to the channel. So I'm assuming by the time you watch this vlog, you already know about all the big stuff that happened in the news, mainly about the leak with E3 2019 and the ESA. This is a pretty big deal and deservedly so, but let's talk about it for a little bit, especially as someone that's kind of affected by this leak, as someone that went to E3 this year. Let me kind of give you guys some food for thought. No matter how you look at this situation, the ESA looks absolutely terrible about this. It's just absolutely insane, like how they could be so careless, quote unquote, or at least, mishandle and make sure that people's information was not secure. It's absolutely nuts to me that something this big would happen, especially for a lot of different outlets that are pretty major, not just in the gaming industry, but just news outlets in general. A lot of people that have been reporting on this or giving some comments and stuff are really focusing on the games industry aspect of things, which is true. Again, this is E3, this is a games industry event, and a lot of different media outlets, including IGN, Kotaku, Polygon, Rock Paper Shotgun, GameSpot, Game Informer, the list goes on. All these different outlets were in attendance. I was there, I saw everybody there. I have a few friends and a bunch of different websites that went to the event, so they're also affected by this too. But one of the big things that I think everybody should also focus on and why this makes this look so much more worse for the ESA is because other outlets outside of the gaming industry were also affected by this. Now, I'm not going to get into every single detail about what's been reported on. I'm pretty sure you guys could go on Google or on YouTube and find a bunch of different stuff commenting on the specific details of stuff, but there's a bunch of other outlets outside of the gaming industry that were affected by this, including big outlets like the New York Times, the New York Post, I believe was ABC, and like a whole bunch of other crazy outlets that are not really specific to the games industry. They're a little bit much more general news outlets that are on a much more national or world level. That's a pretty big deal, and I'm pretty sure those people that were working for those outlets are probably just as unhappy as everybody else that's in the games industry. And the big thing about this, that's what's probably going to happen, because you're starting to see rumblings about this ever since the news broke out over the weekend, is that the ESA is going to get sued. Like, I think everybody's in agreement with this of what's going to happen. It's just a matter of when, where, and how it's actually going to go down. Could it be a class action lawsuit, which is just a bunch of different entities get together and sue the ESA? Could it be an individual lawsuit or a bunch of different ones together? There's a lot of different stuff that's kind of like up in the air at the moment, but we all do know, and at least we could all make the consensus, that something is going to happen, something is coming for them, and the ESA is going to be affected by it. Which leads into the main point of this vlog in particular, because even though I know everybody's been commenting on this stuff, one thing I do want to focus on is how this is going to affect E3 next year, E3 2020. Is it going to be pretty much, a good show or the same type of show as we come to expect throughout the years? And to be honest with you, with everything that's been going on with E3, a lot of the changes, a lot of just the overall impressions of the show and all these different things and these comments that have floated around over the last couple of years, I think E3 is in a lot of big trouble now. Not just with all this stuff that's happening now, but just everything compounding together. E3 next year, I feel like, is going to be a very different show. Granted, I don't know if necessarily we're going to lose any of the big three not going to the show again. Who knows at this point? Again, everything's up in the air. But even so, I think you guys could agree with me when I say that E3 2020 is going to be a very different type of E3. I still think we're going to get games. I still think we're going to get announcements. We're going to get surprises, and I'm pretty sure we're going to talk about the brand new consoles, PS5, whatever the next Xbox is called, whatever the next type of like Nintendo Switch iteration is out there. Even, and again, that's a whole nother can of worms. I still feel like we're going to get that type of stuff, but primarily as a show, as like an event, like, a landmark event here in the United States, or pretty much for the gaming world, E3 is going to be very different next year. I think that in the wake of this big leak and also whatever's going to come afterwards within the fallout of it, I think a lot of people are going to be very wary about trusting the ESA with their information, not just on the media side of things, but even just the general consumer, the common person that goes to E3, and even though they don't get to do all this media stuff or whatnot, just the talk about this and the perception that the ESA has right now, they're very untrustworthy, and I wouldn't begrudge anybody out there really kind of being very cautious and very careful, or even avoiding E3 altogether next year. It just seems like that's the most logical thing that's going to go down, and even though the show will still be there, I don't think E3 is ever going to stop happening. I don't think it's ever going to go away, but this is definitely going to impact them for the worse, and I feel like, again, like I keep saying, E3 next year is going to be a very different show. You're going to see a lot of people talk about E3 in a much more different light than what we've done so leading up to this point. But anyway, those are just my thoughts about the big E3 leak. Again, it's really terrible news, really big shame on the ESA for mishandling everybody's information. A lot of people, I also want to Bottom mentioned, said that they kind of dodged a big bullet not going to E3 this year. But in all honesty, if we're being like totally like honest and straight up with each other, nobody could have predicted something like this could happen. I know that in certain places they've reported that this like kind of thing has kind of occurred in some different type of way because of the ESA and various older years of the show, but I don't really necessarily believe that. There hasn't been something that big, or at least on this type of scale, that has happened before in the show's like, what is it, like 20-year history or so. Bottom line is that nobody could have predicted something like this to happen. It's like saying that everybody could have predicted or dodged a big bullet with the big PlayStation Network outage. It's like that was very hard to predict. Nobody could have like guessed something like that was going to happen. Either way, like I said, those are just my thoughts. Those are just my kind of perspective on everything. Again, as someone that was affected by it, as someone that was, again, at the show and has friends that are even more affected by this, that are going through some stuff, let me know what you guys think about it in the comment section down below. Tell me, do you think the ESA should be ashamed of themselves? Are they going to get really sued badly? I think we all could agree upon that. Is other stuff going to happen to E3 next year? Are we going to see E3 stop? I mean, what do you guys think about this? Put it all in the comment section down below. And of course, don't forget to leave a like on this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel for more videos just like this, my reviews, my podcast shows, and a whole bunch of other great content. And don't forget, guys, I am on Patreon. I have a ton of exclusive content on there that you guys got to check out. Join up with it at the $1 level or higher. You're going to get a ton of exclusive content. I'm telling you guys, you really need to check it out. I post up a bunch of great content on there, including gaming stuff, movie stuff, exclusive podcast shows. There's going to be a ton of stuff. You got to check it out. Links in the description box down below. Anyway, that's all I got for you guys. Real short vlog, really straightforward. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I will talk to all of you again very soon. Peace out. Stay epic, everybody. Thanks for watching this video, everyone. Make sure you guys check out some of these other videos in the boxes after the credits, and don't forget to visit my Patreon page via the annotations for more exclusive content. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel as well. Peace out, and stay epic, everybody.